Welcome, listeners, to the Dark Archive. In this episode, we embark on a poignant journey through a chilling chapter of Canadian history, a tale of forced relocation and the enduring resilience of Indigenous peoples. Today, we delve deep into the profound impact of the relocation of Native communities to the remote settlement of Greis Fjord, tracing the chronology of events that forever altered their lives. The year was 1953. A time of ambitious development projects and aspirations for progress in Canada. In the vast Arctic expanse, where the indigenous Inuit people had lived for centuries, a government-led initiative unfolded. Its objective, to relocate the native communities residing in the Arctic region. Families, whose lives had been intricately woven into the fabric of their ancestral lands, were about to face a wrenching upheaval. They were uprooted from their traditional villages, torn from the familiarity of their homes, and severed from their cultural heritage. It was a forced journey into the unknown. The destination? Greis Fjord, a remote settlement nestled on Ellesmere Island in the high Arctic. Prior to this relocation, Greis Fjord had been home to a small number of Inuit inhabitants. Now, it had to accommodate a significant influx of families struggling to adapt to their new surroundings. The official stance of the government was that this relocation aimed to improve living conditions for the indigenous populations, granting them better access to services and resources. However, whispers of hidden agendas and concealed motives soon permeated the narrative surrounding this mass relocation. Some speculated that beneath the surface of official justifications lay a web of hidden interests. Resource exploration, sovereignty claims, and strategic positioning in the Cold War era were among the theories circulating in hushed tones. As these murmurs persisted, the true intentions behind the relocation remained obscured by layers of government bureaucracy. However, a prevailing theory emerged in recent years, suggesting the possible involvement of the Soviet Union in the relocation of indigenous peoples to Greis Fjord. Some researchers argue that the Cold War climate of the time, coupled with the geopolitical significance of the Arctic, may have driven hidden motives. According to this theory, the Soviets, who were eager to establish a presence in the Arctic region, may have manipulated the Canadian government's relocation initiative. By causing disruption within indigenous communities, the Soviets could potentially undermine Canadian sovereignty claims in the Arctic and gain a strategic advantage in the Cold War theater. The relocation of the indigenous peoples to a remote and desolate location like Greis Fjord would have weakened the presence of Canadian authorities in the Arctic. It would have created an opportunity for external forces to exploit the region's resources or establish covert operations. While concrete evidence supporting this theory remains elusive, it adds another layer of intrigue to the dark narrative surrounding the Greis Fjord relocation. The possibility of hidden motives, driven by international tensions and the thirst for geopolitical dominance, casts a shadow over the lives forever changed by this forced journey. Despite the tumultuous circumstances, the spirit of the Inuit people endured. They clung fiercely to their cultural identity, drawing strength from the traditions passed down through generations. The arrival of families from different regions and the blending of diverse customs enriched the tapestry of Greis Fjord, infusing it with an indomitable spirit of community. Over time, the settlement began to flourish. Schools were established, providing education to the younger generation. Initiatives to preserve and celebrate indigenous culture were undertaken, breathing life into ancient traditions and stories. Greis Fjord, born out of adversity, became a testament to the resilience and adaptability of its inhabitants. Today, as we reflect upon this poignant chapter in history, we honor the strength of those who endured this forced relocation. We acknowledge the sacrifices they made and the challenges they faced, often under circumstances that were beyond their control. Through their resilience, they forged a new path and fostered a community united by their shared experiences. Join us in the next episode of The Dark Archive, where we continue our exploration of enigmatic tales from the annals of history. Through each story we unveil, we strive to shed light on the shadows of the past, paying homage to those whose voices have been muted for far too long.